Hey, I'm glad you're here. In this video, I want to go over something called fulcrums and levers and how that applies to personal development and specifically how it applies to you in your life. Now, I want to start off with a quote from Archimedes from ancient Greece. And the quote is, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall change the world." Okay, what is a lever and a fulcrum, and what does it have to do with you, right? Okay, I get it. You're kind of like, this doesn't seem like a normal video. But the lever is the board, like on a teeter-totter, and the fulcrum is the midpoint or the point on which the board is resting. And most of the time it's at the midpoint, but it doesn't have to be there. And why is this important? Because when you are on a teeter-totter, if you are in balance and it's in the middle, what will happen is it's just kind of there. If you sit on the teeter-totter and someone sits on it and they're heavier than you, then you're going to go up in the air and they're going to go down. Now, in personal development, what this has to do with is the lever. Think of the lever or the board as your mindset, and the fulcrum is your thoughts. So the mindset is the length, and your lever has positive elements and negative elements. And where the positive and negative meet, that's where the fulcrum comes in. Now, when you have a large, long, positive, strong mindset and a short, negative mindset, because we're all going to have a little bit of negative in us, right? It's hard to get rid of all of it and eradicate it. Then the fulcrum is right where those 2 points meet, and you have a really strong, powerful tool there because your mindset and the fulcrum are working with you, one in tandem. Now, if you're have a negative mindset, then the fulcrum is shifted over the other direction. The lever is really long in the wrong direction that you wanted to use it. So instead of having a positive long lever that's working for you and you can put some force on it and lift something up easily, now you have a long negative lever with just a short little bit of positive, and that means you have to push down really hard because the fulcrum is right next to where the positive and negative meet. So you have to push down really hard, and you're just not going to get very much results out of that. So no matter how much effort you put in, you're just not getting it. So that's the reason that when you have a negative mindset and you have negative thoughts, what's happening is you're just getting poor results because the lever and the fulcrum are positioned in ways that they're working against you, and you're not using the laws of nature to benefit yourself. Now, if you were to change that and you had a positive mindset, a big, strong, long lever of positive mindset, and a little tiny, short, negative part of yourself that was negative, and then the fulcrum was right at where those points meet, and you push down on that, like I said earlier, it's going to be really easy and it's going to be working for you. And what you're going to get is less effort but more results. And so a powerful mindset with encouraging thoughts gives you an incredible outcome. Now, if you are kind of in the middle, like a lot of people are, and you have half of a positive mindset and half of a negative mindset, so your lever is kind of in the middle, the fulcrum's right in the middle of those, and it could go either way. It's 50-50. What you're having there is really no momentum. You don't get any momentum because sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. You're just yo-yoing all over the place, bouncing around, and you're really inconsistent. So if you feel like, hey, I'm just not making the progress I want, I'm not totally negative, but I'm not always as positive as I could be, then that's what's going on. It's not really getting you the results you want because it's bouncing around. Now, your mindset, we talked a lot about your mindset, and what is your mindset? And your mindset is your perceptions and your beliefs, how you orientate yourself to the world. And it includes your attitude, your beliefs, and your perceptions. and your mindset is critical for interpretation. Now, we've also talked about thoughts, and thoughts are ideas, opinions, and images that you contemplate. And there's conscious thoughts and unconscious thoughts, but for this demonstration, we're just talking about conscious thoughts. So when you consciously think about something, that's where you're putting the fulcrum. That's where you're moving the fulcrum. So if I am thinking negative thoughts, mean thoughts, nasty thoughts, I'm moving the fulcrum in a position that makes it harder for me to do that. And in long term, if my mindset is negative, I'm making life harder on myself. If my mindset is positive, then I'm making it easier on myself. So these are critical to what you're doing in your life. Now, in personal development, they talk about a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Carol DeWitt brought that up in her book and other research. And why does that impact us in personal development? Because you can get so much more out of life if you are constantly improving the lever on your positive side, on your productive, positive mindset. And it doesn't mean that you do that just one time and you're done. That would be a really short lever of positive. You want to keep growing that. That's a daily, constant thing to keep going, because as Archimedes said, you give me a lever long enough and I can do anything, right? So with you, the stronger, the longer your lever of positive mindset is, you're going to be able to do things and it's going to be easier. Now, you're going to get in flow in this way too, because when it just feels like it's easy and natural, it's going to go in a flow, versus when the fulcrum and your lever mindset is working against you, it's going to be a struggle. So you want to use the laws of nature in your favor. Now, when I look at people, friends I know, people, acquaintances, associates, or just people in general, I will see that, man, some people are really struggling. And it's like the mindset lever is negative. That's, it's just everything's working against them. The fulcrum's in the wrong spot. And then I look at other people and it's like, man, everything is super set up and they seem to just make it look easy and straightforward. It's just like a way of life. Now, one person in particular is my mentor, Jim Cathcart. And he has over 3,000 speeches he's done worldwide, over 20 best-selling books. And when he gets involved in business ventures, it's like he has the golden touch. Now, did he always have that? Was that always his way of life and that happening? No. If you go back and look at him as a younger person, when he was in Arkansas, he said that he didn't have that. But when he heard Earl Nightingale on the radio, that triggered something in him, and then he was on a quest to constantly improve his mindset and make his thoughts better and better. And so that's why today, when he does all these amazing, brilliant things, it's because he has a really long, thick, strong lever of positive mindset. And the fulcrum, his thoughts, are very focused, encouraging, uplifting. So all that is working for him and the people around him when he's working with them. And it can be the same way with you, is if you want to increase your mindset on the positive side, increase your lever on the positive side, and then get your thoughts and the fulcrum working for you, then you can start moving things, lifting things, and it's going to be so much easier and it's going to work for you rather than against you. Now, remember, this all has to do with your fulcrum and your lever, and is it positive or negative, and where is it placed? Now, the key to life is a supportive and optimistic mindset. We clearly understand that. And also having uplifting thoughts that serve you and bring out your best. Now, if you are interested in learning more about this, I have a course coming out on empowerment. And if you want to sign up for this now, you can send me an email at brian.optimalperformance@gmail.com, and I'll put you on a list and I'll give you a substantial discount for doing this. So this isn't like you're purchasing it, but you're just getting on the list, and then you will get the discount. And again, that's brian.optimalperformance@gmail.com. Again, thanks for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you on another one. Hopefully you see the importance of the fulcrum and the lever, and is it working for you, and how powerful that can be. Remember to hit like, write a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you in another video. All the best.